Okay, good morning, everybody. My name is Christopher Olvera, and I work with the California Energy Commission. This webinar is supported by our Outreach and Education Unit, and today, this webinar, we're going to provide training on the 2013 Non-Residential Energy Standards.
So for the permit process, the process is going to be the same business as usual. The significant difference is the application, how frequently you're going to be verifying compliance with the lighting requirements. So under the current regs, if you replace the alter more than 50%, you would follow this process, or you know, for luminaires modification in place, you did not. Moving forward, the application is going to expand. If you replace or alter more than 10% or 10% or more, you're going to have to see these forms. You're going to want to see the compliance. And if you have luminaire modifications in place where 40 or more luminaires are modified and in an enclosed space, you're going to have to see the compliance with the mandatory measures. And so business as usually, just the application is going to be different. So what that means is you're going to probably verify compliance with the lighting requirements for more lighting alterations than you did before under the current regulations. So that permit, you're going to want to verify that the NRCC Certificate of Compliance LTI 1 form is completed. It's required for all. You're going to want to verify compliance with the mandatory measures on the LTI 2 form. We looked at this form earlier. They're going to identify which mandatory measures are applicable. On page 1, they're going to identify which controls are being installed and which mandatory measures they're complying with, both to satisfy those requirements for the control. You're going to want to verify the watts per square foot if applicable. If they're altering an enclosed space, the area, or if they're adding if they're going to increase the watts per square foot, you're going to want to verify that the installed wattage does not exceed what they're allowed in 140.6. That is the same now, will be the same moving forward. And you're going to want to verify that all of the controls, the shut-off controls, occupant sensors, etc., that those specifications match the electrical plans. What I should say also is that the significant difference, not only will the application, the threshold hasn't been reduced when you have to meet these requirements, but also keep in mind, when we talked about the multi-level and the occupant sensor controls earlier, keep in mind that for the multi-level lighting control requirements, that the control and how the methodology of establishing uniform illuminance is dictated by luminaire type. So that requirement has changed significantly. So meeting that requirement may be complicated if they do not satisfy those requirements already. In addition, for the shut-off control requirements, occupant sensors were required for a lot of applications. And so keep in mind that if you don't have occupant sensors now, for these types of alterations, the threshold being reduced, you're going to have more occupant sensors installed to satisfy those requirements. And again, the other additional significant change is that at final, you're going to want to verify that the certificates of installation, when required, the NRCI LTI forms are completed. If any power adjustment factor controls were installed, you're going to want to verify that the non-res certificate of installation LTI form, the 5 form, was completed. And you're also going to want to verify that the certificate of acceptance, for majority of these alterations, the NRCA LTI 2 form will be required for the controls, and you're going to want to verify that this form is completed and signed by a certified technician when those thresholds have been met. Okay, my mouse does not want to work. Okay, if you could bear with me 1 second, for some reason, oh, here we go. Oh, okay, it looks like the charge is low, so you guys can bear with me 1 second. I'm going to have to switch at the podium.